I'm Andrea from the Creative Dream Incubator. This is day 22 of 30 days of creative journals. And today I'm exploring how to cultivate the conditions for thriving. So first, thinking about what thriving means to me in my creative life, and my financial life, and my emotional life, and my spiritual life, and my physical being. What does it mean for me to thrive? And what are the conditions that support that? So I explored that a bit, and I ended up wanting to focus in on my work because there's a lot of things that I want to change about my work, and so clarifying those structures felt important and helpful. And I'm working on a wall of art. I can show you. I have a very big wall. Can you, actually this is awkward to show you because the wall goes, I'm sorry, the way I'm using this camera I can't see what I'm pointing you at, but anyway, the wall is 20 feet high by about 20 feet wide, so that's a lot of space to fill. And I've been, it's kind of exciting as a space to fill also, so I've been exploring what I want to put there. And I decided, you saw those frames, those are just empty frames. I went to IKEA and bought a bunch of those, and I thought, oh, okay, maybe I could keep doing rows and rows and rows of those and fill them up with reminders of things that I want to remember, things that I want to have with me in my day. So this idea of creating the conditions for thriving in my work felt like one of the things that I want to put in one of those frames. So all of that just to say, I decided to do my journaling on paper instead of in my journal so that I could put it in the frame. So I have it here. And it was kind of wet, so I stuck it on top of the frame. I used oil paints or oil sticks, so I want to let them dry before I put them inside the frame. But started with this, creating conditions for thriving. So that was my only, the starting point was to write that out and then to do total intuitive journaling, intuitive art about what comes to mind when I do that. So as soon as I put that there, then the turquoise, and I can't show you the whole thing, it's too big, I think. The turquoise square came to mind, and it felt like this clear square outlining the whole thing, and it felt like the energy of clear boundaries, clear containers. A strong feeling for me in that about what's important for me to thrive. And once I saw that and I painted the turquoise square, then I was like, oh yeah, gosh, doing the work of creating that is a bit of work. But with that done, I could see how actually that would absolutely create the conditions for thriving. And then, so then I saw, okay, the boundaries leads to everything else, all the other things that I want to write, the qualities that would sort of represent what thriving means. And then that trust, because trust is one of the foundational qualities of my work, in that when you trust your genius and when you trust your dreams and when you trust life, you bring your dreams to life. So not that trust is a simple quality to work with, but it's a powerful one. So trust, then I added this here, trust supports this, and trust fuels this, trust directs this, and trust clarifies what is needed. So the idea that if I work on creating these containers and boundaries, then if I let trust guide me in the creation of that, then I'm going to have the conditions for the kind of thriving that I'm looking for. So that was really cool. I think that's a really good question to ask yourself regularly, right? What are the conditions for me to thrive? Because the conditions change a lot over time. They change when you change. They change when you want to create or do something new. They change just as life changes. So it's a good thing to be asking yourself really regularly. And if you've never asked yourself anything like that, it can take a while before you get clear answers. right? Remember, I've been doing this stuff for 20 years. So yeah, when I ask a question, I get a clear, intuitive vision about the answer, but it wasn't like that when I started. And it gets easier and clearer the more I'm doing it. So that's why that regular practice, like when I shared that day when I was sick and I just did that bit of drawing, it seems kind of pointless, but keeping that regular practice, that's the power and the magic. It's in staying in it no matter what. So if you stay in it no matter what over time, you get a clearer and more solid connection to your own intuition, your own wisdom, your own creative genius. So if you explore in your journal what are the conditions for thriving, even if nothing comes up, keep coming back to it every month or every couple of months or whatever feels right for you. Keep exploring it and you're going to get richer and richer and clearer answers. And I will see you back here tomorrow. Bye.